Welcome to Auntie Chats and Tarot. Welcome in. Glad to have you. Happy you're here. Thank you to all who've supported this channel. I really appreciate it. Remember, not everything's going to resonate, so take what does and leave the rest. Take what helps you to help yourself. Leave the rest. If you're interested in my artwork, there's more information on the community tab. Here we go. Somebody has a PhD. Okay, Five of Pentacles. It's in the reverse. Flying out with a lot of energy. This Sun in the reverse. Okay, what's this all about? Are you leaving lack and unhappiness? Justice in the reverse. You're leaving lack, unhappiness, and injustice? What's our story here? What's our message here? A lot of cards in the reverse. You're feeling out of sorts. The Hermit in the reverse, the Two of Cups in the reverse. Okay, so something out of balance here for certain. Yeah, you feel like it's an injustice. It makes you very unhappy, but you are coming out of this, I feel. Being by yourself, I feel like you're coming out of that too. Seven of Cups, Six of Pentacles in the reverse, the Knight of Wands in the reverse. Something off balance here. Too many choices, too many options, too many for some of you partners. I feel like you're not wanting to do that, or you're with someone who's like this. Queen of Wands in the reverse. Seeing emotional manipulation here in some form. The World in the reverse. What is happening? What is happening? Cycles that need to close out. Knowing they need to close out. Three of Cups. Something social. Social connections that need to close out. What's this message here, Spirit? More specifically. Yeah, this is your energy, I feel, with the Queen of Pentacles. It's a grounded energy. It's like you have decided there's going to be no more lack here. The Ace of Swords. Yeah, you're no longer engaged in anything that isn't the truth for you. Because that led to a very unhappy road. Eight of Swords in the reverse. You're coming out of holding yourself back. Nine of Cups, Two of Wands in the reverse. But you definitely are taking steps in new directions, and you are particularly afraid of anyone coming at you. There's a nervousness about your love life. And anybody coming at you like not trusting it or not really wanting it in your life right now, taking a break from that, being fearful of what you've experienced in that area. Judgment is sideways. Yeah. Dealing with people that have been emotionally manipulative and, yeah, lacking judgment, acting in a way that is that, lacking judgment. King of Pentacles and the Moon. I feel like you need to close out these cycles. And I think it's with multiple people that you just, are not for your highest good, let's say. I feel like they kind of treat you like the lesser tier of the group or something like that. Which, of course, nothing could be further from the truth. I feel like in some instances, you're even the glue that brought everybody together. You're the leader. You're the one that plans everything. You're the one that makes plans for everyone, considers everybody, gets into the fine details of making sure everybody has a good time. And then you're in turn treated like some sort of second tier or something like that. And it was like it was definitely a hurtful realization here, but it's like a truth sets you free here too. Needing to close this out in your life. Because what you don't see is you actually step into your power here with the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. You could be stepping into a very power couple situation as well, but you step into your own. I feel like you and this person are interchangeable. If doesn't have to be romantic, but definitely a divine partner would indicate more of a romance where you've been on your own. You've tried with this group to be both friends and romantic and in some sort of group setting with a variety of different people. It's just never worked out. I think they just, it's kind of a using you energy. You felt like you've been all on your own. But I feel like when you close this out, which I feel like you need to do now. You see it clearly. Good things come in the way of abundance and, people that are more suited for you, more on par with your intelligence and your ambition and, would be equally planning instead of you're the planner. In this group, you're the planner and then it looks like you're used. Somebody might be telling you, oh, we've known each other for so long, or some sort of soulmate energy here that you believed. Maybe you even felt. But let me tell you, as I'm confirming the Two of Cups in the reverse, what is coming out? The Two of Cups in the reverse. This is not soulmate energy. This is not balanced energy. This is not harmonious energy. This is somebody knowing that's your hot button and utilizing it to gain whatever they need from you here. Whether it's whatever you're planning or your hard work or your good ideas that they use and don't give you credit for, something like that. This is not genuine, sincere soulmate energy. Caring about you energy. Sincere energy at all. Let's put it that way. I think you've just finally come out of some sort of haze or fog or hoping that this would change, or really hanging in there because you wanted it to be a certain something or other in your life, and it's just never been. And I think you've hung in there a long time with this group of people. Somebody has a lot of options, or maybe for some of you, because you were disappointed with what was happening, or maybe the group has a lot of options and that's how this group rolls. You've acted as if you wanted a lot of options. I don't really see that that's the case, or you did think it was and then you acted upon that, but I feel like you're changing. You're changing your ideas about that. Or it's somebody you were dealing with that maybe you learned, treated you like this soulmate energy that was false, like you were the one, but then they had a lot of people on the side. Okay, the Empress in the reverse, they presented themselves as being very abundant, or you were very abundant and important to them, but that's in the reverse, that would not be the case. No abundance here. No nurturing, no support. They did not see your worth. They did not see your value. This makes you very overly emotional, and then they kind of gaslight you that way. They tell other people, I've always been like very straight with her or him, and they know that we're just friends or something, but behind the scenes, they're telling you a totally different story. So that has made you very emotional. And then they say stuff like, you're overly emotional, something like that. There's games going on here. at your expense, or has been. Let's say that's past energy for sure, because I feel like a lot of this read is you figuring these types of examples out that you've experienced. The Magician in the reverse, yeah. Yeah. This is not what you were hoping for. You've wanted something for a very long time with this person or this group, and it's just not happening. In fact, it's going the other way, where you're seeing that they're really not for you. And by that, I mean, more specifically, they've never been a support system for you. They've just taken what they could from you, but they never gave back. Harsh truths, yeah, but I feel like you're fine with that because, one, it's your style. Let's just call a spade here. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. With regards to, I'm just finally fed up of not understanding this. And so it was necessary to hear some harsh truths. Six of Wands in the reverse and the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, you started out with the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. You get it again. Coming out of lack and working so hard to make something work that just doesn't work. No matter what you do, you can give it 150% or feel like you are. You never get anywhere with this. It's like one step forward, 10 steps back. The Six of Swords is in the reverse, and the World. Notice all your reversals. You have a lot of reversals, and I'm using 2 separate decks. Lots of reversals here. Just an imbalance, a total imbalance, not for you. Not for you. You also get the World in the reverse and repeating messages now. This needs to be closed out. Cycles that need to be closed out, situations that need to come to an end. Rights you, rights you, straightens you out, rights you. What's the future here? Yeah, the Chariot, yeah. Then the energy moves. You close this out, the energy moves very fast. This is ambitious energy too. You're going to get the bug, the bite of, oh man, I'm really into this. Or I don't feel like it's a person so much. I feel like once you start doing something that really is inspiring to you, then the right people come in. But you get some sort of bug or a bug bite or something. Not literally, like just really inspired all of a sudden. It just bites you and you're like, whoa, hadn't really thought about that. That's amazing. I want to go in this direction. It's going to be a very eclectic group of people from all walks of life that you're meant to be with. I feel like the group that you're coming from is very closed off, not open-minded about different people from them. Knowing your truth, I hear. Wow. Okay, King of Cups comes along. That's good news. That's great energy. And the Strength in the reverse. The King of Cups is going to come along just when you're like, ugh, I closed this out and now I'm completely depleted, or, this has really done a number on my self-confidence. But I feel like they really nurture you to regenerate yourself here, to find your abundance again. Maybe find your abundance with them. I feel like this person is into things that are very spiritual, sound healing in particular. They could be a world traveler. They've been a lot of places. That's part of how you get exposure to a variety of different nationalities and people, which will be beautiful for you and beautiful. Yeah, you go about this rather innocently, and I feel like you find your heart here within these people. It takes away the negative that you've lived here, the experiences that you've had. The Five of Swords comes out sideways. It's not a competitive energy you have anymore. You know, that's part of why with this past group you had to work so hard or felt like you did, because you always had to prove yourself. They put you in a situation where it was like, well, prove to us that you can hang with us or something. So silly. Very competitive energy, and you have had enough. Yeah. And you've had good instincts about this whispering in your ears. And you've just, for the times that you just chose not to listen to that good advice whispering in your ears, whether that was the divine or your, like I said, your good instincts, you know, you're just done with the headaches. You're done with the towers. These people bring you a lot of towers. I feel like they, when you make an extraordinary experience or event happen, they do nothing but complain. You know, 95% will go right, and they'll complain about the 5% that didn't, or there's just no appreciation here for you at all. 8 of Wands. But you close this out. We see this very clearly. You close out this cycle with these people. Multiple people for sure. I see. You know to do this now. You know, if it was a struggle before, I feel like you're past that. You're over that hump. You know to close this out. And then things start percolating for you. Yeah. Appreciation percolates for you. And you know, the gaslighting ends. Like they would complain, or one person in particular that tried to be like soulmate energy here with you, they'd complain behind your back about you, but to your face they'd be something very different, you know, very dynamic, and you're wonderful. That's how they kept you reeled in a way, kind of working for them, even though they acted like it was a personal relationship. I think they just kind of used you here. But you are seeing through that veil. You're seeing through the secretiveness of what was really going on. And with the Ace of Swords out here, you know, the truth sets you free. I say it again. Yeah, you build your foundation now on something solid here with this King of Cups, who helps you. Could turn into a romantic relationship. I think they're more out to just help you initially. Understanding your plight here, helping you just as a person they care about. But a true leader, you know, you're done with the false leaders or the gaslighters. Yeah, very discerning now about where you put your energies. And then I see a total turnaround here with your energy that's been off, out of balance. I see a balance comes in. Let's grab a charm. And with that balance is the regeneration we talked about as the King of Cups comes in. And also, you know, focus in on what you want. You were always so doing for others that you forgot. There's an element of forgetting what you want to achieve here. And this is coming in with new collaborations here with people, and this new group that comes in that they come from all walks of life. It'll be very interesting for you. I feel like I said, you'll be kind of new to this scene, but you'll take to it and see this is where your heart is. With these types of more open-minded people, have experienced a lot of different things coming from a variety of different cultures. Yeah, you'll look back and it'll just set this situation with this other group on its head, where you're like, what did I ever see there? Why was I trying so hard to fit into this? Yeah, that was just stagnant energy. It will be stagnant energy for sure as you walk away from this, because you're the one that gets things going. But now you're going to put that energy into you, and good things come of it. You had a little bit of a hard time getting going on that message, and I think that's just because it was hard for you to come to some tough realizations here with this group, this initial group that you're walking away from. And also, I think it's just something you don't want to talk about, and you don't want others to know about. And you maybe even want to quietly leave this group and not, there is an element of not continuing any drama by explaining why you're leaving, but you're leaving the drought here, drought energy. Yeah, certainly. And things pick up, especially with the Chariot here. Pick up quickly for you once you start moving away from this drought energy. That is your message. I hope you've liked it. Please do like, share, subscribe, comment. It helps the channel to grow. And if you feel inclined, please do utilize the link below for Buy Me a Coffee. Until next time, let's remember who we are, and let's remember our self-worth. Thanks for joining me.